Oh yeah.
Hello everybody, it's MVPerry, and today I'm going to be telling you about 13 fun things to do during spooky season. Actually, I'm good. I already got something fun to do during spooky season. That's playing 90 hours of Genshin as Hu Tao. Okay. Anyways, let's just get right into it with number 1. There's a lot of different ways to decorate a pumpkin, but the classic way is to carve it. But if you don't want to get all handsy with a knife and accidentally kill somebody, you can always do a simpler approach like using a Sharpie and just drawing a squiggly face. Or if you're a pumpkin Picasso, you can try your hand at painting it.
Just make sure it's something good like the one I did last year. Number 2, consume pumpkin. Food/drinks. Yes, you already know the drill. Pumpkin spice lattes and pumpkin spice whatevers.
There's a lot of cool pumpkin related products that aren't just pumpkin spice latte though, like pumpkin pie. Or if you're a weirdo, you could eat pumpkin seeds. And I know there's a few weirdos in the audience. But seriously, if you want to really get into the world of pumpkin eating, there's a lot of different ways to do it. Number 3, watch a horror movie. This one sounds kind of like a no-brainer because, you know, spooky season and all, spooky movies. But it must be included anyways. Just make sure that the horror movie you're watching is actually good, except that's probably not possible. Most horror movies are kind of bad, but that's what's fun about them, right? Just make sure you're old enough to watch them, and then you can hate on them. Ooh, I have something scary.
Hello, everyone!
Personally, I recommend movies like A Quiet Place, or those cool 2000s Japanese horror movies like Ju-on and Dark Water.
Number 4, watch scary YouTube videos. This one has to be included because for my generation, horror movies aren't really the thing that spooks us. It's actually weird, obscure stuff like scary YouTube videos. I'm talking about stuff like soup.mp4, those unexplained commercial compilations, and of course, the classic I Feel Fantastic, which made me feel not very fantastic when I saw it as an 8-year-old. There's also a lot of things you can watch like ARGs, which are, I'm too lazy to explain them. You can look them up if you're interested. And then there's the scary VHS type videos like the FNAF VHS tapes, which really did actually scare me even as an adult. Number 5, get spooky style. And this one's really not that specific, guys. You don't have to be like going to a particular store, getting particular clothes. Just get something fun and orange or black for the Halloween vibes. Or if you want to do it the normie route, you could get all those like brown neutral colors in a scarf. Just whatever makes you feel spooky or folly. I group them together. You could also do cool things like spooky accessories, spooky makeup, nails, or even hairstyles, which, in my opinion, the scariest hairstyle is that TikTok perm. Number 6, go to a pumpkin patch/farm. At least in America, there's a lot of cool places you can go nearby, like just various random pumpkin patches. Or maybe you're more into just looking at cool animals like goats and cows and pigs. Or maybe you want to go on a hayride, where they take you around the cornfield and then you get lost. And then you get locked in. And then a serial killer comes out and tries to... I'm kidding about that last part. Number 7, play scary games. And I'm not talking about the kind of mind games people play when they're trying to date each other. I'm talking about horror games, as in horror video games. There's horror games and then there's like creepy indie nostalgic horror games. That's more what I'm talking about. But playing horror games is pretty fun, but if you're too scared, you can always just watch someone else like a Markiplier or whoever YouTuber play it.
That way you and your favorite YouTuber can be scared together, which makes it a little less scary.
Number 8, draw something spooky. You can always draw, and you can always draw spooky things, but there's something special about drawing scary, spooky, creepy things in the month of October. Maybe because there's lots of fun inspiration, and you're already just getting all excited to be scary, and if you're an artist, you're probably a little creepy to begin with in the first place, though. Or you can also participate in something like Inktober, which isn't scary artwork, but rather 31 different prompts of random words that you have to draw something about it, and that's kind of the challenge. There's a lot of challenges like that besides just Inktober, so you can look them up and see which one you like the best. Number 9, go for a walk in the leaves. And it doesn't have to just be a walk. We're not all dogs here. We like things besides walking, like jumping. You can jump in the pile of leaves, and maybe that's it. I think the coolest thing is if you can go for a walk while the leaves are actually falling, because then it's like a cool cutscene from a video game or epic movie. But timing that just right might be a bit hard. So if the leaves have already fallen, so be it. Number 10 is kind of a simple one, but it is to change your profile picture. Do something spooky season themed. And usually you can just take your own profile pic that you have already and maybe add a pumpkin to it or a bat. Or if you want to be really, really scary, you can just take a selfie. and post that. Okay, that was out of pocket. There's also cool aesthetic spooky pics you can look up on like Pinterest or whatever. Or you could even match with a friend. I see way too many people on Discord doing that. Number 11, spooky crafts. And you're probably thinking, what is spooky crafts? Is that like orange origami? I mean, if you want it to be, yeah, you can do that. But I'm talking about stuff like cutting holes into a sheet and using that as a ghost costume. Or you can get creative and, I don't know, get your pet snail and paint his shell orange.
Okay, don't do that actually, that's probably toxic. Just make a masterpiece like this.
Tell or read scary stories. There's a lot of scary stuff to read out there, and I found that sometimes reading scary stories or being told a scary story is much scarier than watching a scary movie. Depending on how you tell it though, it can go from really scary to really not scary. Like for example, the 2-sentence horror stories. Okay, so I was sitting at the kitchen table to eat some soup, but then I realized it was evil soup. Come on, not scary? I thought it was scary. Last but not least, we got number 13, bake stuff. No, bake stuff. No, let's change it to bake spooky treats. At least it's more fitting that way. I actually am not gonna lie, I know almost nothing about baking. I think I baked a brownie one time and then some banana bread, cooked like Breaking Bad candy. But yeah, that's pretty much the extent of my culinary skills. So I'm just gonna leave that to the people who know how to bake treats. You guys know what to do. I don't know what to say for this category. Play Cooking Mama 4.
I'm sick, okay? I'm trying.
Thank you guys so much for watching, everybody. Those were 13 fun things to do during spooky season. Not all of them are very scary, but hopefully they're all fun.
As always, my name's MVPerry, and I'll see you in the next video. Hopefully when I'm not sick. Oh yeah.